500 people or so that speak Dutch at home in Riverside.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But only Dutch?
Well, not only, but that mostly maybe, I guess.
Wonder why it's Riverside.
the Dutch are so aerodynamic.
They move good?
You know, you ever seen a Dutch? They're really aerodynamic. They're
what? What are you doing with your hands?
lean face, lean headed.
No, they're not.
4 inches cheek to cheek.
They're big people, man.
Dude,
Do you know how big they are?
the Dutch, they're very tall, but
Yeah.
they're very aerodynamic, very
Aerodynamic.
the downhill people they call them, dude. Pull up a Dutch.
Okay, pull up Ernesto Hoost.
Yeah.
Ernesto Hoost.
Let's get a gander at this
He's a
fella right here.
famous Dutch kickboxer, Mr. Perfect.
I bet you it's hard to kick him in the sides of his heads because
the
he has a
fuck
little
outta
less
here.
than others.
This goddamn Adonis.
Okay.
And that's him later in his career, too. If you get earlier in his career, he's more jacked.
Get earlier in his career when
Right there. Bam. Take that picture right there. No. The one above it, where your cursor was. Right to the left of that one, or right, I'm sorry, of that photo you just pulled up. The right of the photo you just pulled up. That one right there. Bam. That's what he looked like when he was in his prime.
let's get a basic Dutch. That guy's an advanced Dutch,
Okay.
I feel like.
Advanced Dutch?
Look at him. Yeah, that guy's a
Okay. How about Rob Kamen? ROBKAMEN, or AN rather. One of the greatest kickboxers of all time.
And there we go. Aerodynamic as
He's aerodynamic?
fuck. Yeah. Look how
so?
narrow his head is.
I think he's looking at you sideways.
What about basic Dutch guy?
That does not look like a guy with a narrow head, bro.
Yes, it does.
Get
Look
out
at
of your
that.
mind. If
They're-
your head was next to his head, his head would eclipse your head.
No.
Yes, it would. There'd be nothing behind you.
Look how long that head is. Narrow.
If his head got in front of you, I wouldn't even know you were there. I'd be like, Theo, is that you back there? I'd see the bottom.
You're like, I'm back here jerking off with my non-dominant hand, brother. It doesn't count. Dude, you think I bet it'd be crazy in this. I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but to watch people from different ethnicities jerk off, you know?
Boy, we're back to this again. Jesus.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Because everybody
I
probably...
think you should watch a little porn and get this out of your system.
Nah, man, I'm not watching
Are you jerking
it.
off from memory now?
Yeah, I'm jerking off from memory now.
Do you find that your fantasies become more elaborate?
100%. They're more
You have to
exciting.
set it up. You have
No.
to set it up in your head.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that.
How many days a week you beating it? More than 4 and you got a
Oh,
problem.
no. 2 days a week. And I'm disappointed at that. I'm just trying to turn over a new leaf, you know? I want to not jerk
Just wanna
off
be
that
horny
much.
all the time.
Yeah, I want to
Just
fucking
walk
let
around,
that...
be confused. I think that's look. If you just look at sexual desire and lust,
Yeah.
there's a reason why you become more and more desperate as time goes on. It's like your sights are set too high, or you're not being ambitious enough. You got to spread your seed. If you think about how ridiculous it is, if people didn't know that having sex with people has consequences, and by that I mean you can get pregnant, you can get diseases. If there was there's cultural limitations, people frown upon it. But if there was none of those, can you imagine how much people would be fucking?
Oh, yeah.
It would be insane.
Yeah.
If there was no such thing as masturbating.
You could fuck at a gas station. People be fucking, yeah.
If there was no such, if masturbation wasn't possible, first of all, you know what would happen?
What?
Women would rule everything, 100%.
But
'Cause
men
they
would
don't-
have so much chi built up in them.
Nope. They'd be bitches. They'd be giving in every chance they
Oh,
could.
'cause the women would own it.
It would be worth so much more.
That's true.
Yeah, because women would be able to decide whether or not you came. There's the only way. If that was the only way, if women were the rulers
Yeah.
of whether or not you came, if there was no way to come without them, oh my God, they would dominate.
We're fucked, dude. I know that's going to be the next law.
If they're really smart, that's how they would take over. Chop our arms off.
Dude, but you're telling me, though, you wouldn't watch like a little like Chinese guy jerk off from like
Oh my
30
God,
feet away.
We're going back to this again.
No, but just
I
tell me-
watch train accidents. I don't want them to happen. If Jamie pulls up a video of a train accident, oh my God, you got to see this. I'm like, shit. Okay, go ahead. And
Right.
I watch it.
Oh, I don't watch that kind of stuff.
You know?
But tell me about this. How close do you get? Like, there's a Chinese guy jerking off in a park, okay? And he's
Depends on who I am.
he's
Am I me?
Cantonese. He's Cantonese.
Am I me right now?
You're you.
Right now.
You're jogging, right?
Jogging.
Yeah.
Guys beating off. Depends on how close he is to the
But
road.
you stop to tie your shoe, right? And you see him in the park. You're like, oh, that guy's definitely beating off. And you're about 200 yards away.
I probably would stay there.
How close would you walk to it?
I don't know. When someone's jerking off in public,
That's true.
you
Good
have an
point.
obligation to do one of two things. You have an obligation. It depends on what he's doing. Is he looking at you and jerking off?
No.
Because if he's looking at you and jerking off, if he's doing it out in the open, he might be sick.
But he's
Like,
turned enough towards you that you're kind of invited, I think.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're in the park, this is just, I mean, being 100% serious.
Yeah.
If I'm running in the park
Okay.
and I see, 5 yards over to the side, right next to a tree, there's a guy beating off.
Okay.
I'm going to stop running. And I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to look at all the people around him, and I'm going to keep an eye on him. And I'm probably either going to call the cops or I'm definitely going to stand there. Because what if some person is jogging and he just decides this is the time to jump on this person?
Yeah.
What if some kid is walking by and he snatches that kid and drags him into the bushes? This guy's so crazy he's beating off in public and he's looking at you.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think I would go over and be violent with him, but I would definitely keep an eye on him. I'm not going to let... What if he's a fucking sexual predator and he's looking to do something to someone and you could be like Peter Parker in Spider-Man, save your uncle,
Yeah.
right? That's what made Peter Parker become Spider-Man?
He saved his uncle?
Well, he had the power, and he didn't save his uncle, and a robber ran past him, and he didn't feel like he had to do anything about it. And the robber got into the elevator, and he killed his uncle.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's just, and it wasn't an elevator. I forget what the actual story was, but the robber did something to his uncle and killed him, and his uncle was everything to him.
Fuck.
His uncle took care of him. So then he decided he could never let evil people do anything bad again, and he became Spider-Man.
I like that.
A superhero. I think you have an obligation, especially if you're a man, especially.
Yeah.
Like if I was a small woman and I was in that same situation, I would say call the cops immediately. Don't try to be a hero. Get the fuck away from that guy, but call the cops immediately. But I'm pretty sure most dudes that are beaten off in the forest like that, they're not looking for me.
Right.
They're looking for a woman or a child.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably not looking to meet another man.
I would tell another dude, if I saw another dude, I'd grab another dude for sure to help me.
Like, let's get this dude.
I'd be like, hey, come here, man. This fucking guy's just beating off in public. We got to
That's
keep an eye on
great,
this
yeah.
guy. And most men would be like, oh, Jesus, what do we do? We'll call the cops. Keep an eye on him. I'm going to call the cops.
Yeah.
Don't let him get away. Call, if somebody runs by, tell them to.
Oh, yeah.
See, when someone's really crazy, like that kind of crazy, like some guy got arrested for trying to abduct a kid, trying to drag a kid in his house, and he had horns on his head.
Yeah.
He's got horns. He's
Jesus.
a sexual predator, and he's got those implants in his head where
Yeah.
it looks like some kind of
Devil
a fucking
stuff.
demon, and his ears hang down to like his fucking chin.
Fucking
You're like,
idiots.
oh, great. That guy's out there. That's a real